In this lesson, you will receive the basic tools to build your fence, landscape your yard, and create a stable home, your communication skills. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to identify each communication style, know the value of each style in maintaining your picket fence, and understand listening skills. After this lesson, your toolboxes will contain several means of setting limits to keep your boundaries clear. Welcome to Lesson 5, Skill Development. Now there are 4 styles of communication, 3 of which are defensive. The assertive style is the primary style the empowered adult uses to communicate. However, it is important to know and use the other 3 styles by choice in order to keep your fence and home intact. Your adult knows which style to choose to most appropriately set a limit with a potential fence damager or boundary violator. The key words are by choice. Now, as I describe the communication styles, think about which one describes your typical communication style. And pay attention to which of the defensive styles you use reactively when you are under stress in a situation or an interaction. When we are under stress, we often use the defensive style most familiar to us, usually not the most effective. I'll start with describing the 3 defensive styles. Now for each style, you will learn its characteristics, payoffs, negative consequences for use, and the reason for choosing the style. Let's start with the passive style. The communicator who primarily uses this style sends the message to the neighborhood that, "I'm not okay, you're okay." Here are the characteristics of the passive communicator. She is the doormat of the neighborhood. So what do you observe in a person walking towards you that would say her primary style of communicating is probably passive? Well, a slumped posture, an unsure stride, eyes averted. And what do you hear when she speaks? Whining, complaining, mousy tones, lots of self-doubt statements. I don't know, apologetic words and tone. So what are the payoffs for this style? Well, she doesn't make waves. She successfully avoids uncomfortable confrontations. Now her needs get met, mostly by others' pity though, poor thing. She is approachable because she is non-threatening and wants to please. She feels safe from uncomfortable feelings because she takes no risks. Now, what are the negative consequences for a woman using the passive style? Her needs are rarely met, only by chance or pity only. She and her friends go to see the movie she wanted to see because they happened to pick it, not because she suggested it. Often, others overlook her. She's not really respected, and her opinion is not sought out. She gets walked on. Any attempt at fence building is compromised. She is overwhelmed to the point of inviting depression and/or anxiety. She is disempowered, so her problems are rarely solved. All of this influences her self-esteem in a negative way. So what kind of fence would she have? Typically, the unfinished, poorly established fence, the loose boundary. Her boundaries are violated frequently. Her limit setting with fence jumpers, bulldozers, and gate crashers is almost non-existent. So what would be some circumstances where you would want to choose this defensive style from your toolbox? Well, one would be when it really doesn't matter to you whether you share your observations, thoughts, feelings, or wants in an interaction. Your connection is not one of such import that you want to expend your energy. An example would be in the lunchroom at work. One of your colleagues says she dislikes your political candidate. Well, you just keep your peace, silently munching your sandwich with no eye contact. Not worth getting into a debate or even discussion with this person at this time. Or you may sense danger with your intuition and you choose a passive style for self-protection. An example could be a loud, combative, drunken neighbor trying to antagonize anyone he sees with filthy language and provocative behavior. Passivity would be chosen here as the best path to safety. Make sure this tool is in working condition. There are some situations in which you'll want to pull it out of your bag, again, by choice, not reactivity.